Welcome. Question 11b was a 6 marker, and as you can see here, the question asks you to describe the interactions between all of the dimensions of health. So firstly, let's look at the key term, describe. So you need to provide characteristics and features of not only the dimensions of health, but also the interactions between them. Another important word in this question here is the fact that it says all of the dimensions of health. So therefore, you know you must mention every single one. So let's just have a look here at the dimensions of health. So the 5 dimensions you need to describe interactions between is mental, physical, social, emotional, and spiritual. So just coming back to the question again, we are looking at not what are the dimensions of health, that's the background and basis of the question, but specifically how do they interact with each other. Okay, some people just outline what the dimensions of health are, and that's only really doing half the question. So in order to adequately answer this question, you needed to not only describe what the dimensions of health are, but describe how they interact. So what we're looking for is how they affect each other. So if we come over here to an example of what would be a 6 out of 6 answer, you can see here, as we scroll through this, I'm not going to read it for you, but as we scroll through it, you'll notice that the person who's answered this question has listed or described the dimensions of health, but also described how they interact. So how through one dimension of health being affected, it can sort of produce a snowball effect and affect all the other dimensions as well. So all he's done here is provided a very good example of something that can affect one dimension of health, and then explain how, because that one dimension of health was affected, it then affected the other dimensions of health, therefore illustrating that the interaction between the dimensions of health is occurring. So again, you're just acknowledging that these 5 dimensions of health are not independent of each other. They are constantly interacting with each other. And I'll just scroll through here for your own benefit. I have made a little mention here how, like so he's mentioned that it improves spiritual health, but you need to sort of go on with that a little bit more and explain how that happens. A lot of your answers, I made comment to say that you need to show how a certain dimension of health was affected by another dimension being impacted. So if you didn't get the full marks and you're feeling a little hard done by it, the main reason would be because you haven't gone through and explained actually how or described how that dimension of health will be affected by what is happening in other dimensions. So you can see here as we come through, again, he's come up with another example demonstrating that he's got a very good understanding of what the question is. So this is much more than simply can you remember stuff or not. It's actually can you take the knowledge that you've got and apply it to a situation, which is what he's doing here in this answer. So you can even pause this at your own pace if you like and have a bit of a read through. But that is a very, very good answer for an exam question.